Good afternoon, investors. Happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. You know I didn't forget about you. You know I just had to prioritize some things. But I did give you hopefully some very insightful videos this week. I know. I didn't want to put a damper on the holiday, but I just felt it in my spirit, and I wrestled with it, and I just had to get it out for whatever purpose. So there's no telling who needed it this week or who may need it next week or even next year. But at least the videos is there and the information is available. I'm always thinking about mental health and awareness. I'm always wondering about the players holistically, their private lives and professional lives. I just heard about it today doing Thanksgiving dinner about the UGA football player that was accused of going over 100 miles per hour during a police chase with two young kids in the back seat. Wow, I was very disturbed when I heard that coming out of Atlanta. I think his name is Nair Daniels. Of course, he was kicked off the team after the chase and was arrested. The police says that Daniel drove more than 100 miles per hour through downtown Commerce and later fled on I-85. Daniel turned himself in with the help of the UGA coach. The player was an offensive lineman on the UGA team. They do play Georgia Tech tomorrow. Georgia Tech is ranked number 23 in the nation. UGA is ranked number 4. So, hey, who knows? Maybe the videos that I did drop this week did have some relevance. We just don't know what players are going through, especially during this time of the year. If regular citizens are going through a hard time, especially mentally, one can only imagine what players are going through. We don't know the type of pressure that they're under. Let us always be cognizant of what these players may be going through. They return to their normal lives with normal issues and their own demons. The charges includes reckless driving, 2 counts of stop signs and yield signs, fleeing or attempting to elude a police officer, and 2 counts of cruelty to children in the 2nd degree. His mother also faced several charges, including speeding, 2 counts of running a stop sign, obstruction, fleeing, failure to maintain a lane, and reckless driving. Daniel sped past the police going more than 100 miles per hour downtown. 100 miles an hour downtown where the speed limit was 25 miles per hour. I wonder what was going on with this story. Daniels is a red shirt freshman, so he is not a starter. His absence tomorrow will not impact the play against Georgia Tech and UGA. Wow, very interesting. That story, of course, is still developing. All right, let's go to more football news. And investors, if I didn't say it, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. You know I did miss you in my absence, but I did give you some other videos, like I said, that was insightful and meaningful and was on time for the right person, the right family, the right people. And if you haven't got an opportunity to go out and watch my video regarding Karen Lacey, of course, I didn't have a channel at that time, but it's always been on my heart to do a video about that young man. I want to do his memory some justice, so a separate video dedicated to Karen Lacey and his family. So if you haven't had an opportunity to go out, please go out and watch that video. The 49ers head coach and defensive coach, they gave Shedeur his props. They know who they're about to play. Their demeanor was very serious. They are not looking at him as a rookie. They are looking at him as the dual threat that he is. They talked about his accuracy. They talked about his mobility. They talked about the several different ways they would have to come in order to contain him in the pocket. So we shall see. I'm ready for that game. And you know Cleveland is going to act up. once, and I'm putting it in the atmosphere, once Shedeur wins that game, his record would be 2-0. And Cleveland is going to throw down in the field. They're going to throw down in the town. So after looking at some stats and some predictions, they are predicting that the 49ers will win on Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, but they don't know that Cleveland is going to show up physically in the stadium. They're going to rock that dog pound. They don't know that the millions of fans are definitely going to be tuned into the game. We're going to send that positive energy, and the 49ers will be walking into the right type of hostile environment. Oh, it's going to be a good game. Shedeur already said that he got something to prove. He already said people already want him to fail. And what did our nephew say? It's not going to happen. Go ahead, Shedeur. He said it's not going to happen. Shedeur is already going to come out and ball. You saw the clip that came out from Shedeur post-game news conference last week. He said he already visualized the game. That's why he can talk the way he talk, walk the way he walk, do what he do, because he's already played the game mentally. I just pulled that out the atmosphere, and I didn't have no cue cards. And just to let you know, if you're coming in for the first, second, or third, or 16th segment of Tony Talks Vested Up Insight tonight at 9, I don't have a script. I don't have no cue cards. I just go off what's ever in my heart and my mind at that time. All right, so the stats for the 49ers. Let's see what they're talking about. Of course, that game will be, we got an early game. That game will be November 30th at 1 p.m. Let's go, Cleveland. Of course, the predictions is they are predicting that the 49ers will beat the Cleveland Browns 76.2% to 23.6%. They must not. This must be some old, whoever this analyst is, they are definitely anti-Shedeur, and they must not then update these stats. Do they know that the Cleveland is playing at home and everybody is pumped up and electrified on offense and defense? The Cleveland Browns is becoming a dual threat. If they would have just did right by Shedeur, the Cleveland Browns may be in the running for first place in the division if they continue to win all these games. Hey, we shall see. But just imagine where they would be if they would have started Shedeur, let's say after Joe Flacco left. Because Shedeur did get props. He did say that he have learned a lot on the bench. I don't think, and no one thought that he would be on the bench for this long. But he did say that he was able to gain a lot of insight and knowledge about being on the bench and watching the veterans. Of course, he didn't learn nothing from Dylan Gabriel except for what not to do. But he did say he did learn a lot on the field, watching Joe Flacco execute against different, defensive schemes and strategies. So shout out to Shedeur. He is looking through this haystack, and he is definitely finding the silver lining. Of course, for Shedeur, we already know Shedeur's stats. Shedeur has thrown for, and I don't even have to look at this right here. Shedeur has thrown for 11 of 20 throws for 209 yards, 1 interceptions, and 1 TD. And 3 possibles. Hey, I'm not going to forget those possibles. They stole Kevin Stefanski, stolen from him. But hey, Kevin Stefanski, this week right here, a lot of people saying, hey, let Shedeur, let him be who he is. Let him be who he is. You don't have to take the chains off and tell him just to, let him play just aggressive, but let him play passive aggressive. Let him show the world let Shedeur definitely have that end zone game. Let him execute that. You better not come out here and execute those wildcat plays no more. We're tired of that. This is Shedeur we're talking about. This is Shedeur. But this game here in the home crowd, I think Kevin Stefanski, if you try that at home with the Cleveland Browns fans, they're gonna boo you, and we may have another Bottles Gate. Okay, so Vesters, I wanted to come in. I wanted to lighten the mood. I know that, like I said, I know the videos I've been putting out this week has been heavy, but for some reason they were due at this time. I had no control of that. I had to drop those videos. So there was a spiritual purpose for those videos. So I hope those videos help who they need to help the family that it needs to help. And if you have not seen that video on Kyron Lace, if you're able to watch the video and listen to me without getting triggered. Until next time, and definitely until tomorrow, Vesters, enjoy your long weekend, enjoy the holidays, and make sure when you come back, you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we vested up today. All right, Vesters, I will have something for you tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to drop that video or that video. You know what? I'm going to drop that video. Yeah, I'm going to go with that video. All right, Vesters, take care. Oh, and before I go, I want you to hear this, and I'm going to echo the same thing. Kevin Stefanski, guess what?
You, as a Cleveland Browns fan, or a owner, or the GM, y'all need to fire your head coach now. Talking about this a team.
Come on, bro.
Who already got his back? Stefanski. Huh? It's a team. The locker room already got his back.
Go ahead, Debo and Joe. I love them. I love that clip. The locker room already got his back. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. And Debo. Joe and Debo. If you haven't watched none of their episodes, definitely go out. Do a search on there for that podcast. Very good insight. All right, Vesters, I'll let you go. For real this time, okay? And cheers. Be safe out there.